In Michael Hart's book, The 100, The Most Influential People in History, he lists Gautama Buddha as one of the most influential figures. Hart acknowledges Buddha not just for his religious teachings, but also for how his philosophy spread and impacted people around the world. Buddha's teachings and ideas have influenced millions of people even today, and his impact reaches beyond just his followers. It affects many aspects of global culture and thought. Buddha, born as Siddhartha Gautama in what is now Nepal around the 6th century BCE, came from a royal family. Despite living in luxury and comfort, he chose to leave his life of privilege after realizing the suffering in the world. He became determined to find the cause of human suffering and how to end it. Buddha's teachings focused on understanding suffering, its cause, and how to overcome it, rather than focusing on material wealth or external pleasures. This shift from worldly pursuits to spiritual growth became the core of his philosophy. Buddha's core message was that suffering is a part of life, but it can be overcome by understanding its roots, which are linked to desire and attachment. He believed that by removing these attachments and desires, one could reach a state of peace and enlightenment. His teachings, known as the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, provide a clear guide on how to live a life that leads to the cessation of suffering and the attainment of true happiness. This idea of detaching from material things and focusing on inner peace was revolutionary at the time. The Four Noble Truths taught by Buddha are: 1. Suffering is a part of life. 2. The cause of suffering is wanting and being attached to things. 3. Suffering can end if we let go of those wants. And 4. The way to end suffering is by following the Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path includes: 1. Right understanding, knowing the truth about life. 2. Right intention, having kind and good goals. 3. Right speech, speaking honestly and kindly. 4. Right action, doing what's right. 5. Right work, having a job that doesn't harm others. 6. Right effort, thinking positively. 7. Right mindfulness, staying present. 8. Right focus, meditating to calm the mind. This practical and transformative path continues to help people find peace and happiness. Michael Hart recognizes Buddha's influence not only in religious terms, but also in how his ideas challenged the norms of society. His philosophy went against the rigid religious practices of the time, offering a more personal and introspective approach to spirituality. Buddha emphasized that every individual has the potential to change their life through ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom. Buddha's teachings spread far beyond his lifetime, first throughout India and then to other parts of Asia. Buddhism, the religion based on his teachings, eventually reached China, Japan, Southeast Asia, and even the Western world. Buddha's influence on cultures, art, and social structures in these regions is still seen today. In countries like China and Japan, his ideas shaped not just religion, but also culture and everyday life. What makes Buddha so influential is that his message was not just for a select few. It was universal. He taught that all people, no matter their background, had the potential to achieve enlightenment. This message of equality and the idea that anyone could overcome suffering was revolutionary and continues to resonate with millions. His teachings about non-violence, compassion, and mindfulness have been adopted globally, influencing not just religious practices, but also approaches to mental health, social justice, and peace. Buddha's influence goes beyond religious or philosophical realms. His teachings encourage people to look inward, to understand their own minds and actions, and to live with compassion toward others. This has had a lasting impact on cultures around the world, inspiring individuals and communities to seek peace, reduce suffering, and live harmoniously. In short, Buddha's ideas have shaped not only religion, but also how we think about human nature, suffering, and happiness. Michael Hart considers Buddha one of the most influential people in history because his teachings continue to inspire and guide people today, offering a path to peace and understanding that transcends time and cultural boundaries.